Hey guys, welcome back to Screens and Scenes. I'm Travis, that's Shawn, and you're listening to the podcast where everything on your screen gets the spotlight it deserves. In this episode, we'll be talking The Odyssey, Obsession, Marty Supreme, and a little bit of Werewolf from Robert Eggers. But before we get into any of that, I wanted to ask you, Shawn, how are you?
Yo, good man. Can't complain. How you doing?
I'm good. Just been chilling, enjoying the summer. I've been watching a lot of things, excited for a lot of things. What you been watching lately?
Yeah, I've been watching. Still, just been going through Entourage. It's honestly really it's grabbed all my attention. It's every episode is just so much fun. So it's hard to put down, and it's always easy to pick up again. Every other show is so episodic. This one is like each episode doesn't really tie into the next, but it
Yeah.
does at the same time. If you know what I mean. Like
Mm-hmm.
episode one probably isn't going to affect episode eight like another series might, but it still has some like there's still some overarching story over the season.
For sure.
But no,
Have you seen the show before? Like, is this a rewatch or is this the first time?
no, first time,
Yeah,
first time
I
watching it.
haven't seen it, so I'm just asking.
Oh, dude, highly recommend, man. It's fun. It's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and it's like one of those like early 2000 shows where it shows you how Hollywood was back then too.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like
It's cool.
it's completely different than it is now. You know,
I know, for sure.
you watch anything?
Recently I've watched a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to catch up on Daredevil Born Again because I
Right.
never watched the first season. Second season came out. It's a lot of stuff, especially before
Right.
Brand New Day. So trying to get my bearings in that. I'm rewatching Breaking Bad with my girlfriend, so we're on season 4, almost done with that, and that's incredible. There quite literally isn't a show as good or quite like as Breaking Bad. Like it's insane. Like each scene, each dialogue is so captivating and insane. It's like, how do they make it that good? It's like, and there's so many layers to it. Every scene's got so many layers between each character, so many motives, and you completely understand every single character motive, and every second
Yeah.
of the show. It's just so
Yeah.
enriching. Aside from that, I've actually watched a couple movies that I kind of want to talk about. I know in the last episode you talked Obsession. I actually finally saw Obsession.
About time. About damn
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Obsession. First of all, fantastic movie. I'm so glad about that movie doing good. It's really good for movies. It's really good for cinema. It's really good for everyone that movie did well because it's super. It's like a $750,000 budget, so super low budget, but doing insane numbers. Everyone loves it. Big directors, big actors. Everyone I talk to loves it.
Yep.
Um,
I've only heard of like I think one bad review, honestly. Like one personal person or like one person in my life gave it a bad review.
I have not yet gotten that. I've been recommending it to everyone, and everyone's been loving it and giving me a lot of positive feedback. Um, and yeah, being low budget, it had to get creative with a lot of scenes, and I like that because it adds to the movie's character and everything. Like you
Right.
probably noticed that a lot of scenes were dark. It's because they couldn't afford lighting. So what they did was they painted on Indy Nerovati's character in the movie. So they painted over her face to give it an uncanny valley look. So that way you can see her face in the dark and it looks even more creepy. So it adds to that. And every scene that they didn't want to show too much, they just okay, we can't afford lighting anyways. So it works. And same
Right.
thing with the cast and crew, everything. The biggest star in that was I'm drawing a blank on the fella's name. He's friends with Conan O'Brien, but he's in the movie, and I don't even think he took an actual pay to do the movie. I think he just did it for because he liked the movie, which was awesome. But
Really?
yeah. Movie was great, very very unsettling, very creepy. I definitely felt a little uneasy going home that night, or even
Yeah.
being just around people. I'm oh, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm on edge. That's the word I'm looking for, on edge. It was very on edge. Overall, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I
A
agree.
couple other movies I saw. I watched this movie on Netflix not too long ago. It was just a random summer movie called Hot Summer Nights. Have you ever seen that movie?
Nah, no, I haven't.
Because we're from Mass, it actually takes place in Mass in the 80s during the big drug
Oh,
craze. It takes place
right.
down in the Cape, actually. It's Timothy Chalamet, he's in it, and he's the main character where he's living with his aunt in the Cape for a little bit. His aunt or grandmother or something, I don't know, a relative. And he's like usually a good boy, but he ends up like getting involved with a drug dealer and then starts selling drugs. And it's really cool because it's like 80s Massachusetts, Cape, summer movie, like forbidden love. It's really
Yeah.
cool. Overall, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's not like anything special. It tried to do something, but like nothing like really came of it. It was a cool movie. It was very early on in Timmy Shart's career. So, and the last thing I actually watched recently that I want to talk about was actually Marty Supreme.
What do you think?
So I know that you've seen this movie probably when it came out, and I also
Yeah.
meant to, but I just never got around to seeing it. So seeing
Marty
it
Supreme
now,
Christmas Day.
yeah, I'm a little late to the party. I'll just say what I rated it first. I'd probably give Marty Supreme like a 7.5 out of 10. I know people are like, oh, what? I liked it. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was shot really well. I thought it had a great story. Just some aspects of the movie didn't do it for me as far as like movie-esque, but I think the actors were all great. Even Tyler, the creator, and the guy from Shark Tank, he was good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually way better than I thought. I like.
Yeah,
I think I remembered halfway through the movie that he actually wasn't from. He wasn't an
he's
actor. I was
not
like,
an
oh wait, that's
actor.
actually the dude from Shark Tank.
Yeah, so give them definitely give them props. I know it's a Safdie film, so it's got that kind of Safdie vibe, and it was good. So it was good, quick. But yeah, what really threw me off is like the beginning sequence of the movie. If you remember it, it's just
Yeah.
like the fertilization of the egg. I guess it is important to the movie because like a character does get pregnant, but like it's like
Right.
that's what do we do? That's a little weird to show. I don't know. Felt kind of grossed out by that, but it's
I
okay.
walked into the wrong movie for a second, dude. I swear. I
Yeah, it
was
was
like,
like
oh, what's
okay,
happening?
like Odessa, like okay. But no, overall it was a good movie. I would recommend it to other people, but Mario Supreme is kind of an asshole. all in all.
Right.
Moving on. Is there anything you're planning to watch in the upcoming weeks or like stuff that you just been meaning to watch?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to the theater for a brand new day this upcoming week.
Nice.
Spider-Man, so I'm excited for that. And then I think the week following, I'm going out for one night only. So I'm excited for that too. It's gonna be with Callum Turner. It's about a love story. I don't know if it's a rom-com or just strictly like just romance movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about, these two people who start Valentine's Day single, and then by the end of the movie, I'm pretty sure, like, I watched the trailer. I didn't want to watch too much because trailers nowadays, they give away just way too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I've been voting all the trailers. I haven't even
yeah,
watched
man.
the Doomsday trailer.
Same. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So
Um, what's it called? And, from what I saw in the trailer, it was from the woman's point of view. And essentially, she starts a day, being common hater of Valentine's Day because she's single,
yeah,
and she's essentially going through the day being like, "Well, how do you even meet people?" Like it's a little take on modern love too. It was from like the dialogue I heard, right? And she was like talking about how hard it is to meet someone nowadays, and like actually have things work out, be compatible.
yeah. It's
So
just it's
it
real.
looked pretty good, right? You see anything?
Yeah, so like you, I'm seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. My girlfriend was able to score me like early access tickets, so I'm gonna be able to see it Wednesday instead of Thursday. So I'm super stoked about that.
So I have to
Um,
avoid your text the entire day, right?
yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I won't spoil
Block your number
anything.
for a day.
Yeah, type shit. Uh, Other than that, there is a couple movies that I have on my list that I've been meaning to watch. I've been pretty interested in this director, Akira Kurosawa. He's one of those like really, really famous directors, and all these famous actors and people always are like, oh yeah, the Kurosawa films, you gotta go watch that. So a lot of his films I'm gonna be going to watch soon. One of them is like Seven Samurai. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a very, very, very popular film, inspired most of cinema. Ikaru, I think it's called, and then High Low are some of the ones that we watching. Those are a bunch of like old Japanese films from like the 50s, maybe even before
Yeah.
that. So I'm super stoked to be watching those, and I'm gonna be getting on that. But before we move on to the main topic, is there anything else you want to bring up?
Nah, man. Let's get into it.
All right, so we saw the Odyssey opening weekend, me and you, IMAX 70 millimeter. What did you think? Shawn.
Dude, it was jaw dropping. I am happy and not happy that, just a little story about our night, our little tale of the night. We got to the theater a little late, just a little. And we made it for the full movie, but we missed the trailers beforehand.
Yep.
So I owned, like, when we walked in, sat down, it was playing like that last little snippet of the Dune movie because I
Mm-hmm.
heard that they put a little snippet of the movie in there, like a teaser. I'm happy I missed that, but seeing it visually, I already was like, holy shit, this movie's gonna change my fucking life, right? Like,
That's
I
what
was like,
happened with Doom
holy,
Part Two, man. It was
yeah,
life changing. It really was.
yeah. And then watching like the movie start out, and it's starting with Travis Scott's
Little,
the folk tale, the song of the
yeah.
story of Troy,
A
right?
man.
Right. And when it was like, cutting through all the different pictures, I was like, dude, oh, this is sick. Like how big the screen actually is. I didn't actually imagine it. Like I knew we were going to a huge screen, but I never actually visually or mentally imaged it. So when I went in, like my mind was completely
Yeah,
blown.
it's for sure. It's like surreal. I remember when I was
Yeah.
younger, I went and saw it. It's like literally surreal, especially seeing something like that good quality. It's like this is unreal. Like what?
Yeah. No, what'd you think?
I loved the film. I thought at first I was like, "Whoa, this is moving pretty fast," and it slowed down, but it kind of clocked to me a
Right.
little bit afterwards. Because when we walked in, I thought we were watching a trailer for the movie that we were gonna go see, but it was actually just a movie. It was Travis Scott, and it started like hopping through some stuff, and then the
Yeah, yeah,
characters'
yeah.
dialogue. It was like only a sentence per character, and then it'd move on. So I was like,
Right.
"This is a weird way to film it." But Christopher Nolan style, it's different. But having that,
Yeah,
and then
definitely was different from his normal pacing.
for sure, and I understand there's a lot to cover with Odysseus and his tale, um,
Yeah.
right? Because he's traveling. There's so much different stories in that, so they tried to like basically get a little bit of everything and jump back and forth to make a good story, and it made sense when once it kind of like basically caught up with itself. Then it was like, okay, now we're watching a movie. Now I get understand the dialogue. But at first, it was like very very quick dialogue, almost like Shakespeare-esque in that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is interesting. But overall, the movie was surreal is how I would say it. I definitely want to rewatch it to pick up on a lot more stuff that I missed and kind of pay attention. I thought
Right.
the actors all killed it. The action scenes were amazing, especially the boat scenes. Usually I think the boat
Dude.
scenes are pretty boring, but like I'm watching it, I'm sitting there. Obviously, the subwoofers in the theater are crashing like with
Right.
the
Yeah.
waves, and it's like, whoa, we're like fucking there with Odysseus and his crew, getting slammed by these waves. But just watching it was honestly like a work of art because it's like some guy pictured all this scene, like what I'm watching right now, the lighting, the waves, the way that everything is moving. Some guy, some team, not even some guy, because it's Christopher Nolan's idea, but some team made it happen. And just being
Right.
like
Right.
thinking that someone actually directed this was blowing my mind. I'm like, this is insane. Like creativity wise, to just do all that, I was like completely blown away, even on the small stuff. But like, go on. Were you gonna say something?
No, yeah, I was gonna add on to that. Like, dude, the amount of stuff that was actually practical. Like the whole pig
Yes.
scene,
Yep.
no CGI,
Yep.
right? The
The Cyclops.
Cyclops. Yeah, I forgot. I was blanking on the name of it. Yeah, the Cyclops. That was practical. Like they actually built a huge giant
Mm-hmm.
robot. I'm pretty sure for it. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I loved that Christopher Nolan kept it practical and didn't use a lot of CGI for the film. There really wasn't much that I can think of off the top of my head, honestly. It was all practical, and you can tell, you can feel it. They like legitimately built the city of Troy. They built it. So it was
Right.
all there. The actors were like literally living it. Even Odysseus's palace. Like that's what's insane. And just seeing it, you can tell. And like imagine being an actor on the set, walking into set, and you're just like in ancient Greece.
Right.
Fucking
That'd be
crazy.
insane.
It's like literally crazy. Like, how are you not gonna be like? It's so easy to act at that point, you know, because you're like
Right.
living it, and
Yep.
like even seeing Troy was incredible because you see like it's like dimly lit, it's like fire lit, it's all them like it's like a whole thing. They're like really taking down the city. Like the giant horse was also real,
Yep.
like the Trojan horse. Like they actually like built it so they could film inside of it, which is
Hmm.
insane. Like actually
Dragon
had
was
the
real.
people, yes, like people stacked up and all that stuff. Oh, it was truly spectacular, and I like a lot of people had a lot of things to say about Christopher Nolan's takes on certain things, but I thought it all worked perfectly. He's a he had a vision and he made it happen.
Right. And like, here's my thing on speaking on that people's takes on Christopher Nolan's take. I used to be, and I still kind of am, depending on the piece of media, an avid. I typically don't like book to film adaptations,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
For the same reason everyone always says that, like, oh, they can't adapt enough, right? Like they always have to cut certain things. They can never actually get the full story done.
Yeah.
But like after Odyssey, how do I say this? Because Christopher Nolan did cut certain things out of the from the book,
Yes, there
you
is a
know.
couple islands that are missing, and then some
Right,
liberties taken. Some stuff is
right,
switched,
right,
but
right.
it's good for the pacing.
But the movie, right, it's great for the pace, but the movie itself was still phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was still amazing. Yeah, I get it. There are like a bunch of nuances not there. There's like actual just straight up plot points, missing characters missing. But at the same time, like it was 3 hours already.
Yeah.
If you really wanted all that much more, how you're already complaining it's 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
right? Most people, and they're now complaining that it wasn't enough,
I know, which is
right?
insane. I mean, it flew by. It was the quickest. It's quick
Oh
fucking
yeah,
3 hours, you know, and like I was just saying, like it's so fast in the way they have to cover things, and they can only show so much. So they to theoretically cover his entire journey would be impossible. And I
right.
think with what he did, like it worked. You know, it really did work. There was so much I liked about the film, and I will. How do I say this? So, watching some of the scenes as well, like let's say the Cyclops scene, like that whole sequence.
Yep.
Usually, like I'm fine with like stuff like that. I was a little scared. I was like, wow, this is like honestly somewhat of a horror movie. The way that it's
Really?
shot, the way that it's that they like the Cyclops just is like in the dark and starts grabbing them. I was
Yep.
like I was in it with them, if that made any sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
scared, but I was like in it with them. And I was thinking like people like I'm like if people don't like horror movies, they probably wouldn't like this movie. Like I'm a big horror movie guy. Like I love them. But
Mhm.
like watching that, I was like, this feels very like horror movie. This is crazy. Like he tried to make it scary, and it was like these
Mhm.
guys were literally getting eaten alive by this giant thing they couldn't see. That you already see this giant creepy thing. You're always like, what the fuck? And these guys are just getting mauled. You know, straight
Right.
mauled, and you're like, fuck. But they make their way out. Same thing with the pig lady. That's like body horror when they
Yep. Yep.
when she
Exactly. Yep.
transforms them into animals and starts stretching their faces out. I'm like, if someone like isn't into this, they would be like really scared. I was like, damn, am
Hmm.
I watching the Odyssey or or like a horror movie? I was like, wow. So I give it props for that. I think that was a really cool take by Christopher Nolan to have it like you be in that like situation and be like, wow, this is like crazy.
Right.
It just adds to the journey of Odysseus and all the crew.
No, 100%. I mean, I felt like I felt a lot of the times their encounters on each island were just jump scares or some form of like scare. The only one that wasn't as big of a scare was when they were on the island with the big dudes with the armor,
Yeah,
right? Like they just like popped out of the forest for the sole reason that like when they came out, yeah, it was scary, but I just felt like it was a little slower paced,
yeah.
right? Like they walked out and just started chopping people down, right? I feel like the Cyclops, and then I think was that the second or third island? I think that was the second. But the Cyclops was already scary enough where it was like, all right, this isn't as scary. Like they're just getting hacked up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it
You
was
know.
actually the same island that the witch was on when that transformed them. They
Right.
just went to a different part
Right.
of the island because they were like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Yeah.
like we just need food." Like they just like came in peace. So, fun fact, more practical effect with that. They actually got like these massive like actors or like,
Right.
performers to be in those guys in those metal suits, and to make them look even like bigger giants. They put like these smaller like women stunt doubles in
Hmm.
like the same clothing as like, Matt Damon's Odysseus. So just
Right.
to
Right.
make them even bigger, they did that, which is I thought a really cool touch, a really good like way to show that.
Right. Make them really as big as they should be.
Plus, I mean, yeah, I mean, all the characters were great. Plus, you also had the good like side plot with like, Tom Holland's character, which is Odysseus' son. Drawing a blank on his name. It's with a th, I believe.
Temelicus.
Yes. Um,
I
what?
I'm not gonna. I was a little indifferent about his character. He
I
didn't
know
really
I
do
was
much.
too. He
Didn't really
didn't.
do much.
He was kind of a punk bitch, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like he trained to fight and then he just gets owned by everyone. But
No, seriously.
the story was never about him. It's always about
No, yeah.
Odysseus. But I like that
Right.
when Odysseus came back, it was been so long he didn't recognize his dad, and then he's like hyping him up,
Well, he
like
never met him.
yeah. Well, I thought he did.
No, I thought the whole thing was that he never met him
Oh,
because
I thought
they
it was like
with
when he was a
I'm pretty
baby, like a
sure.
toddler. So I
Oh,
guess,
maybe.
yeah,
I remember one of the scenes. They were like taunting him. They were like, "Oh, you're crying about a father you never even knew."
yeah. Just based on the stories, but he's holding down the fort. He's trying.
Right.
Plus, I really liked John Leguizamo's character,
Yeah.
the blind
No, he was
guy.
awesome.
I knew
Yep.
he was cool. I wish he was able to do much. They were very nice to him. Plus, I mean, they did. I mean, Robert Pattinson's character was really funny.
No, he was awesome, dude. He killed his role.
Get these
I was happy
beggars
when he
out
did
of
that.
here! I don't forget what he
Right.
said. It was fucking great. You like you hated him, and he's like a little shiza, but he got what was coming to him, which was sick. And like I think that whole bow thing has been taking off on social media recently too. The way that he that's a warning shot in his bow,
Right. He plucks the string.
Dum. Especially after he fucking you know strings it. I guess is what you call it.
Yeah, when he plucks it.
No. When he strings it.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So when he
Yeah, when
strings
he
it and then
strings-
plucks it, it's just like kind of like it's very hard. It's very aura.
Right.
It's like a lot of like stuff like that's getting covered. It's really cool. Um, but speaking of that, I mean, we could talk about the good. Is there anything bad about the movie? Anything you didn't like?
Well, I mean, I only had one and only complaint with the movie. I could not understand what that Cyclops was saying.
Yeah,
Right. Um.
you had to see it after, like most people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I think is the common consensus I've seen online too, is that most people just nobody can understand what that motherfucker was saying.
Yeah, but he was crying
So
to
like,
Poseidon,
yeah.
his dad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like that much we could gather. Like everyone. So I saw this take online that people were saying, because the story was supposed to be from the point of view of Odysseus,
Yep.
and when the Poseidon spoke, Odysseus didn't understand it, but his crewmates did.
Hmm.
That's why they were like, he cursed you to Poseidon, and Odysseus is like, nah, that's jargon, dude. Like, you no way. Which, like, I don't know how true it is because obviously I haven't read, or not obviously, but I haven't read the actual book.
Yeah.
But if that were true, that's like a really good take on, or just like theory, I guess, on the curse being put on him, like he doesn't even know, right?
Yeah, that's like so getting into something that's kind of like along the lines of what I don't like. They don't show a lot of the God stuff, and I wish there was more God stuff shown because it's a big
Yeah.
part of the Odyssey and the reason you can't get home. So I feel like
Right.
there was. I mean, Christopher Nolan really didn't need to put the context in for the casual viewer. They didn't really care, but everything was there if you know the Odyssey and the gods. So there's a lot of like important stuff that I felt would have been like added to it. So one thing they
Right.
didn't say about his bow isn't about technique on his bow. Do you know why he's the only one who can string his bow?
It God damn it! He's one of two people to only be able to use that bow. I know that. I forget the actual story behind it.
So
Or the devil in
Athena,
the details.
Athena gifted him the bow.
Right.
So it was a gift from Athena. So like it's like magic, only he can string it. So it's like way
Right.
more, and obviously there's a lot of Athena in the book because she's helping him, and it's true. Like, like he prays to Athena. It's like Athena's like his guide, and it's good that they showed that so much in the film. But the reason he can't get back is because Zeus didn't want him to go back. Zeus was purposely keeping his ass out there. Like that's like a big part of the Odyssey.
I thought it was Poseidon.
It's both. It's both, but it's Zeus
Right.
mainly. I forget the reasoning. Again, it's been a while since I've read the Odyssey, but I have. I know a lot of the notes, but it's the gods do not want him to be back. And then with
Right.
that, with the Cyclops, Poseidon's mad at him, so it just takes down him in the sea. Even in the book, apparently he swims for like 9 days straight. Did you know that?
Jesus.
Like by
No.
himself. Like Odysseus is a fucking beast. So I
Big
mean,
disuse.
plus they had the guy. What was the guy? Agamemnon with the fucking black armor, and he just gets like killed. Like he didn't really do anything. He just like oroforms and dies.
Yeah, but I mean, Agamemnon's story is more of the Iliad than it is the Odyssey.
Yeah, but I mean, another thing I didn't like. Obviously, they left out a lot of characters. People were speculating that Achilles was going to be in the film. Achilles was not in the film, which I was surprised about. Because you go over Troy, and the greatest warrior of Troy is Achilles. But I guess you don't want to take too much away from the main story and Odysseus and stuff like that. Because we already
Right.
have, we already have the Troy story. We already have all that. So why show Achilles?
Right.
I mean, another thing is like I guess the audio mix I didn't love too. I felt like it was really loud and you couldn't understand some of the people some of the times.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And again with that first gripe, I think they should have taken a little bit more time with some of the dialogue to slow it down. I guess they were just, coming up with it at the spot, but like it adds more to the movie. So I needed a little bit more context and plot for some sequences, but it was still fairly coherent.
Yeah. I feel like the only dialogue exchange I didn't like was um Telemachus and his mom talking like about when she first challenged him to string the bow.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about that scene, the flow of dialogue there just didn't seem. I don't know if it just wasn't natural or like even or it's probably just the idea of like him having to marry his mom to become king. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think the idea was like that she would have to leave if I
Right.
guessed that correct, and then he would become king or something like it's just or like ruler of the palace, whatever. There was a lot of good, a lot of bad. Well, actually, I can't say that a lot of bad. There was mostly good. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely want to go rewatch it so I can pick up on more things and get a better solid take on the film, get a better, clearer vision. But overall, what would you rate it out of 10?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Wow, strong.
Yeah. You?
I'm a little more choosy with my score. I'm around 8.5 out of 10. I don't think I can quite give it the 9. There was still a couple things that I'm like, Like, I didn't, like, leave it going, like, this is, like, oh, this is, like, the best movie I've ever seen. This is a masterpiece. I'm like, this is a fantastic movie. It's gorgeous. There's so
Yeah.
much stuff I liked, but there is still stuff that, like, keeps it from getting that. I think it just being a little bit too quick and missing some of those key aspects that I came to expect is what really takes it down for me.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, 8.5 is still high.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think it's definitely one of the better movies of the year. I mean, we can also go into that next about which movies we think are the best so far of the year. But before doing that, did you want to talk a little bit about Supergirl? I know you said you mentioned you saw it, but I haven't seen it yet. I've been wanting to see it, but what did you think?
Dude, I'm gonna be so honest. It was all right.
Yeah,
It
that's
would
a yeah,
definitely it wasn't as good as Superman.
no.
Um, I don't. It didn't really try anything new, which like thank God. I didn't really want them to.
Hmm.
No, I mean like I'd probably give it 6 or 7 out of 10. There was like
Sorry.
they changed. No, you're good. They changed certain things about it, right? That just it completely changed the movie. Like the in the comic book, I haven't read it personally, but I know that the comic book is from the perspective of the little girl that's
Yeah.
in the movie,
Yes.
and the movie is from the perspective of Supergirl, which is perfectly fine.
Hmm.
But then it feels like the girl is she doesn't add anything to the movie really, like at all. She her character really isn't that necessary. And then same with Lobo. Like he also didn't really add much to the story.
Which is weird
Like
because
he was
he's supposed to be one of the like star things from the movie because it was like a long awaited hype. You know.
right. No, honestly, Lobo just felt more like they put in a male character so that it wasn't just a female led movie.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
Cause like, dude, he was in I think a total of 3 scenes, having probably 3 minutes screen time, like max,
That kind of
and it
sucks.
yeah, like severely sucked. And again, same thing as a girl. Like the movie didn't really need his character. There was like he saved. I don't want to say. How do I say this? Like he saved some people twice, right? But it wasn't intentional. Like he was just. It was byproduct of what he was trying to accomplish that he saved those people.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So like that was the only reason he was in there for those moments where it's like, oh, Supergirl's pinned down. Who's gonna save those guys? Lobo.
Yeah. Cop out.
Cop out. Exactly. He was the biggest cop out, and that proves like it furthers the point of like he really was only in there. So I mean, not to make it be gender, make it a gender conflict,
Yeah.
but like he really just he didn't need to be in it. I'm gonna be completely honest.
For sure. I mean, seeing that, does it seem like James Gunn? I mean, obviously this wasn't a James Gunn directed film, but does it seem like he wants Lobo to be a part of his like universe or?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, so like actually speaking of that fact, yeah, it wasn't James Gunn. You can definitely tell the parts he did have influence in. Like it is like glaringly obvious. Like oh yeah, James Gunn helped direct this one scene. Or James Gunn had a little hand in this dialogue here. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
James Gunny.
yeah, right. Like you could literally tell. But no. Shoot, what was your question?
I was asking him if Lobo is going to be making an appearance
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the
No,
future.
I believe so. I believe so.
They're
Like
setting up for
they
that. Yeah.
did. Yeah, they didn't really set him up to come back, but they at least just put him in the universe so that he can.
Got it.
It honestly felt, if I'm being really actually like the more I talk about it, the more I'm thinking about it. Lobo, they really felt like they just put him in so that they could fulfill like those fans who really wanted Jason Momoa just to be Lobo.
Mm. Yeah.
Like you know what I
Okay. It's
mean?
like little fan service in that way.
Yeah. Oh, entirely.
Which I get, but they probably wanted to do that character and were like, well, people really want this casting and that would be really good for the movie, like selling points.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Exactly, and that's really what it felt like. Because, like I said, he didn't add much to the movie, um, at all, really. Like he was just fun. But I know
Yeah.
some people, a lot of people, because in the comics, Lobo smokes like a ridiculously large cigar.
Yep.
In the movie, it was fake. You could tell it was fake,
Oh,
and like it was just not good.
that kind of
It was
sucks.
not good.
I mean,
Like
aside
you
from the
could tell it was the biggest
cigar,
problem.
did he do a good job as Lobo? Like, did you like him, or were you like, that's fine?
It was yeah, it was fun. I don't really think you can honestly if like there's no I feel like he's one of those characters that there's no real bad take on him,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Like you just have to be like a eccentric douchebag, right? Outgoing douchebag and you got Lobo.
Yeah. But it's like, the look, the talk, the walk, everything. Like, you gotta like nail it. So that's why I was, if it's like, doesn't work, it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Like he does Lobo justice, but he just doesn't have enough screen time to like be like, oh no, he mastered the walk, he mastered the talk.
Got it.
You know what I mean? There's literally just not enough of them to
My main thing is
go
like
that far.
it would be too Jason Momoa and not enough Lobo. That's what I'm worried about. Like big
Yeah,
actors playing like parts. It's like that's tough.
right. Well, honestly, actually, that's a good point. Like Jason Momoa's personality really is Lobo. He's just a nice guy though. Like if you made Jason Momoa a douchebag, that's Lobo.
Hmm. Okay. Makes sense. Also, what I wanted to talk about is I just showed you the trailer for the new Robert Eggers movie Werewolf.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I like movies like this. I like these dark, gritty like takes that we have on these old classics. Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be playing the main werewolf in the film, which is sick.
Yep.
I honestly really like him as an actor. He's
Same.
got a lot of bad rap from like obviously Craven was the last thing he did. He looks amazing as Craven because I mean the guy's fucking shredded, but that wasn't an all star. So that was kind of a tank to his movie list. But
Right.
historically speaking, he's done great stuff. Kick Ass. He played John Lennon in a Beatles film. He was in Bullet Train where he was
Yep.
no, it wasn't Clementine. It was the other guy.
Lemon, right?
Yeah, it was Lemon, I believe. He was fantastic in that. I just
Right.
really
Yep.
like Aaron Taylor Johnson in action roles and stuff like that. He's a great guy,
Same.
great
That was
actor.
awesome.
I think he's got a great look, and he looks sick in this. He definitely can pull off a werewolf and kind of hype. Plus, we have Willem Dafoe, and he just is the best in every movie he's in. He's gonna steal the
Oh,
show for
actually,
sure.
I actually didn't even catch him in the trailer.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he's an
Cool.
older guy. I mean,
Oh, okay.
so I know you're gonna bring this up. I didn't love Nosferatu. I thought the story was weird. It was kind of gross. It was a little off-putting. Some people like that kind of like weird sex shit. I thought it was weird, really weird. It takes away from the story. I didn't like the way it concluded. Like it starts really good. It's got a really good aesthetic throughout the movie, and the aesthetic will keep. But then it just gets fucking weird.
Mhm.
I think that I don't know if this movie's gonna have that weird shit in it, but I think it's gonna be that cool dark aesthetic. It's gonna be like dirty and gritty and like werewolf, like like a dog, like back in the old dirty ages. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna have that feel. So I'm excited for that. But what's your take on it?
No, I mean to what you're saying there, I can definitely agree. My only thing is like, okay, backtrack a second. The aesthetic, amazing. Like Nosferatu's aesthetic, Werewolf's aesthetic, pretty much are very similar. Like if you told me years down the line they take place in the same, universe, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. All right, like I could see that. Um, but I never watched Nosferatu because I just heard way too many weird things about it, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And this movie, it just reminds me too much of it. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I don't think it's gonna be like as sexual, like nearly as sexual, but I think it's definitely gonna be more so weird than it is gonna be like anything else. Like I feel like the people that like Nosferatu for its obscurity are gonna love this movie as well.
Oh, for sure. I like that weirdness, and I'm excited
Yeah.
for that kind of stuff. Um, because I like weirder films. My dad always used to put on weird shit when I was little, so I get that kind of like, you know, aesthetic and weirdness. I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited for it. I think is Lily Rose Depp in this new one too? Oh, she is. Okay, so he likes to use the same actors, just like fucking like other people, like James Gunn.
Right. I mean,
So
Nolan did it a lot too.
Nolan as
He's
well.
like
Nolan as
pretty
well.
much almost all of the Odyssey's actors he's worked with before.
The one thing I will say about Nosferatu, I think. Wait, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in Nosferatu as well. I just remember that. Okay, yeah.
Did it?
Yes, yep. So he definitely uses and Willem Dafoe. Um, I completely forgot about all that stuff. Wow,
Is he the same dude that did Lighthouse
he might be
with? Is he the
with
same?
Willem
Yeah, yeah,
Dafoe
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
not. He might be because it's also that kind of dark.
Right.
He
It
did.
is
Guess
that
what?
like
He did.
he
He
did.
did do.
Yeah.
It was Lighthouse. He also did The Northman, which is a fucking sick movie, which I can
Ah,
totally
okay.
see.
Dang, I might have to give this movie a shot.
I'm saying, Sean,
Because The
this movie
Northman was
looks kind
great.
of
The
yeah.
Northman was great.
Think werewolf in England, 13th century England, but you got like the Northman kind of vibe. Come on.
Yeah. No, I was getting Northman vibes too while watching the trailer actually, now that you say it, but I was like it was way too Nosferatu-esque to even like get that it was the same guy. You know what I mean?
But Nosferatu is good because I mean the thing that I will give it credit for. obviously is the aesthetic, but it matches a lot of the vibe of the original. It tried to do some like similar shots and coloring, and I really appreciate that because it shows respect and homage to classic filmmaking. And I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. Like the one thing I would say if someone wanted to see Nosferatu, I would say, you know what? Watch the first 30 minutes of the film and then you can just turn it off. You know,
Right. Right.
like I think the first 30 minutes of the film, it's just sick, right? It's got this
Yeah.
awesome hue to the okay, I guess the film. I guess I don't even know how you would say that. It's got an awesome hue to it, right? It's dark. It's got perfect shading. It's super cinematic. It's super aesthetic. I think that does justice for the film. It completely like sets the tone. And just like seeing it, you can appreciate it. Even if you don't like the story, like the movie, anything like that, you watch it like this is like I love the way this looks. It looks beautiful. So I think
Right.
that's gonna have the same thing in Werewolf, but it's gonna be more werewolf. And by the way, as far as like classic monsters and stuff like that, werewolves are my favorite. I'm a big werewolf
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not I'm
Nah,
not a,
I
not a
prefer
vampire
werewolf
guy.
or vampire. Yep.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So I was always a big werewolf guy. So to getting a werewolf movie is fucking awesome. I'm kind of hyped about it.
Now, I like because it's the same dude, right? Same director. I can actually appreciate this much. It's the same director, and he tackled vampires. He's now doing the opposite of werewolves. Um, so I think it's going to be interesting, definitely, to see that that contrast from the same person.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm hype. So we'll just see how it is when it comes out. I'll definitely be watching it. The thing is, it's around Doomsday and Dune time, so it's going to
Right.
be an
Right.
insane. That's just an unfortunate box office opening
Dude,
for
I'm
them.
telling you, I don't know if you have it yet. It's definitely worth it to get the subscription to your local theater.
I know. I do have it for I have
Regal,
the
right?
Star Pass. No, I
Oh,
have
okay. Showcase.
Showcase. I'm a Showcase guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Used to
yeah,
be
yeah.
Regal, now I'm Showcase.
I, dude, Showcase is pretty. They're decent. Like my personal opinion, I prefer AMC's like actual
Okay,
theaters, but Showcase's service and food I think is better.
that's fair. I'm always a Showcase in Regal. I was Regal because I worked there, but
Yeah,
Showcase was always my preferred. Used to go to the one in Randolph. Now I go to the one in Alborough if I want to go to a
right.
Showcase. But there's also one down 10 minutes away, so I go to that one all the time. Thing about AMC is every time I went to an AMC, I always had a problem with the quality of the movie. Is that weird?
Really?
Yeah, I always had some issues with the movie. Like I went to see a Wes Anderson film that came out not too long ago, and the movie looked terrible. Like I don't know if
Oh,
they had something wrong with the projection. I even told them, and they like tried to fix it, and it was still bad. They left the door open, so it was like light coming in. It was like a very weird experience.
I got
So
you. I got you.
I haven't been a fan of the AMC's that I've been to. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to any nice AMC's. I should say. So maybe there's an
Yeah.
AMC that I'm missing that's really nice, but I'm usually a Regal or Showcase kind of guy.
No, that's fair. I'm more so AMC or Showcase. I haven't gone to Regal. I don't think there's any near me anymore.
Yeah.
Um, So I mean, like growing up, I went to Showcase, and then later in life, I got into AMC, and I fell in love with that. Like it just had better,
Deals.
screens, yeah, deals. The Dolby, before Showcase really upgraded their sound system, Dolby was like
Mm-hmm.
revolutionary.
Facts. I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I like again. I used to work at Regal,
Right.
one of my first couple jobs, and I love the movies because of it. Love the theater, and so I have a lot of love for Regal. But aside from working there, I'm not a big Regal guy.
Right. That's fair. No, that's fair.
All right, wrapping up. So since we were talking about Christopher Nolan and his films, what is your top 5 Christopher Nolan films? Like this is your personal top 5. It's not whatever top 5 you think are like the best.
No, yeah, these are my personal, honestly, probably in order.
Yep. Do 1 to 5. Do
Yeah.
top 1 and then, you know,
Yeah.
5.
I feel like these are all pretty self-explanatory as well. I'm not gonna lie. So starting off, Batman Begins.
Okay. Yep.
That's for me was, peak Batman. That Rachel, or not the Rachel scene, the Tumblr scene, that chase scene, man, like is cemented in my memory.
Yeah, for sure.
Like watching him go through Gotham like that, oh my god. And like actually like try and make it back to the Batcave on time before she dies from the
Fear toxin.
toxin.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Like, dude, oh, I remember kidding me, like stakes were high. I was sweating bullets watching that scene. And like I watched it again recently just because I was like it was like a Sunday afternoon and I watched Batman Begins again. I think it was the afternoon where we heard Pattinson's Batman has got delayed again. So I was like, fuck it, I'm watching Bale.
Gotta go back to the classics.
Right. So yeah, that's my number one. Number two is Interstellar.
Okay.
Also pretty self-explanatory. You know, I feel like Interstellar is just a pioneer movie for space movies.
For sure.
Like watching Project Hail Mary, there were definitely a lot of like Interstellar-esque
Moments.
elements.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So like, it's hard watching any space movie without even thinking of Interstellar. You know. And then third, we have Odyssey. This movie is just I feel like it's just super rewatchable.
Yeah. I feel like I just want to go rewatch it.
Yeah, like I'll fully admit I haven't said it at all during this episode. I've already seen it twice. We watched it Friday. I went again on Sunday.
Nice.
Because I low key was pissed. Like I didn't know if it was just me being an idiot or the stereo system of the theater we were in, but there was a lot of it where I just didn't understand. Like I didn't understand the dialogue. Um, I mean, you said it. Like the audio mixing was there was something off there, but like the Cyclops scene, I thought it was just me. Like I just couldn't understand it.
No.
And then there was just some more dialogue later in the movie where like it just went over my head.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. And then I also need to use the bathroom halfway through the movie, so I was like, I just have to. I have way too many reasons to go rewatch.
Yeah, you didn't miss too much either way for the
Right.
bathroom, but
And then the last two again, I think are self-explanatory: The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises.
wow. All three Batman films.
All three Batman films are
That's
in my top five
so
Nolan.
that's so on brand. I like that. I probably should have put two Batman films in there. I thought about it, but
Like,
um
I'll hear yours out because it's probably gonna be a little different.
all right, so I have somewhat of a similar list than you, like a couple obviously tweaks of my own.
Right.
So number 1 I have Tenet.
I see. I felt like it was gonna be on one of ours.
Yeah, we've talked about the movie before. We both have love for that movie. It came out, so I was working at the theater when it came out at the time, but it was also like I
Yeah.
think it was post COVID or something like that, or like during.
Yeah, it was the first movie to release like with theaters opening.
So like people weren't seeing it because number 1 it's COVID, so they weren't going to go
Yep.
see it, and number 2, like you really didn't know what the movie was about. Like Christopher
Right.
Nolan was attached to it. It had a lot of cool action sequences and stuff in the trailer, so people didn't see it because they were like I don't really want to go see a movie. Number 1 and number 2, I'm not going to risk my life to see any movie.
Yeah.
And if it's got to be like
Especially for a movie you
it's got to
barely
be
understand.
exactly, it's got to be like a Marvel movie. I'm risking my life, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But so it didn't have an audience, and I remember working it and like no one saw it, and we were kind of like laughing about it, like this is such a stupid movie, and like we just check, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie even about? So even I didn't see it when it was in the theaters. Like I just didn't. But one of my close coworkers, Aaron, R.I.P. He saw he was like the one person to see it, like with his free ticket that we had, like because we always got free tickets, and he wouldn't stop talking about it. He said, I love this movie so much. And other kids saw it. He's like, dude, this movie's so good, and blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever. Wasn't probably till like a year later. I wasn't working at the theater.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. It's like here, like whatever.
Yeah.
I watched it, blew me away. I love sci-fi. I love when Christopher Nolan does sci-fi. I love when movies are like tight and good and have a great story that all wraps around. I love all of it. I loved all of it. Robert Pattinson's performance, Denzel Washington's son, who's amazing in that movie. He's so fucking good. He needs to be casted in more things. I love that guy.
I'm surprised we haven't seen him much more.
I know. I think he.
I haven't been paying attention to his career, but I honestly just haven't seen him in.
Yeah, he just does everything so well. I don't know if he does his own stunts, but he like fucking kicked ass at every action sequence he's in, the acting, the everything. I loved his character. I loved that movie. So Tenet, number one. Number two, the same exact number two that you had, Interstellar. Interstellar is a fantastic movie. It's beautiful. I debated on putting it number one, but it's too cliche.
That's exactly, like, I wanted to do Interstellar as number one, but I was like, nah. I feel like that's cliche and low key. I'd rather rewatch, like, if someone sat me down, like, yeah, if someone sat me down, I was like, all right, you could only watch this movie, like, you could only watch this movie once, and then you can never watch it again.
Yeah,
I'm watching Batman.
exactly. I wouldn't be rewatching Interstellar. It's like what movie do I enjoy more, like Interstellar or Tenet? I'm like, definitely Tenet. I think I just. It's like you don't just like sit down, and if you sit down and watch it, you're like in a journey. You have to like sit down and watch it. Like, it's long, you're like locked in, you have to be there for each part of the story. I mean, I love sci-fi, I love space, I love the time dilation, I love all of it, so I was really into that. So Interstellar, number two. Number three, I also have Odyssey. I think we have like the same 2 and 3, because maybe it's recency bias, but I thought that movie was great, and I loved it as far as Christopher Nolan goes. It's definitely going to be a certified banger, certified classic. When I go rewatch it, maybe I'll put it higher if I like it more. Number 4, I have The Dark Knight. So I debated
the same 4.
Yeah, so I debated whether I wanted to put Batman Begins or Dark Knight on the list, because I do love both of them. Even the last one, I love it. The Dark Knight Rises. But I think The Dark Knight just truly just hammers home like Batman. It was like the magnum opus of Batman films is that film. So
Batman Joker did Heath Ledger, right?
For sure. So that movie's incredible. Number 4. And number 5, I could have easily put Batman Begins, but I instead put an early Christopher Nolan film called Memento. Now, have you seen Memento?
Oh. No, I haven't actually. Yes. I'm surprised.
I remember like going through his catalog and seeing Memento and like always seeing pictures of him, like, oh, I want to watch it. So I did myself a favor. I rewatched it. That movie's great. I love that movie. It's really, really cool. It's different. It's shot differently than other stuff. It's when Christopher Nolan was trying to make a name for himself, like as a big director. Yeah. So he's taking swings. He's doing weird stuff. It's got that of the eras kind of feel, that like Fight Club kind of grimy kind of feel. Yeah. But it's a big mystery, and it's all like wraps itself up, and it's super, super cool. The concept's cool. I won't spoil too much, but the whole plot of the movie is the main character has like a memory problem. He has like amnesia. He can't remember. And I think after a day it like resets. So what he does is like he writes like he leaves himself notes and like stuff, and he's trying to solve like a murder case essentially. While this is going on. So what he does is he ends up like tattooing him stuff with different stuff, because he wakes up, he doesn't remember anything, like literally nothing about himself. So he has to, like, every time he wakes up it's like that. So he has to tattoo himself, like, stuff on himself the more he figures it out, and like, goes on. So it's a big mystery. It's a big like, oh my god, is he gonna figure it out? So great movie.
Interesting. No, that sounds good. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised. Great. I'm surprised neither of these 2 movies made it on our list.
I know. What movies?
Inception.
I know. I thought about it, but I'm not huge on Inception.
I'm not. Neither am I.
I think it's. I don't know. I'm not a huge Inception guy.
Good. It's good, but I think there's just better.
For sure.
But with Tenet, I feel like Tenet messes with your head way more. Mm-hmm. But the second being Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Again, I didn't love Oppenheimer. I thought it's very like Odyssey, where it's like quick cuts and like different stuff because it's in a court case setting. But I just like I never cared too much about it. I didn't care too much about the plot or anything like that. It didn't hook me. Another movie I saw in that IMAX theater as well, by the way.
Really?
Yes, same IMAX theater. Saw that in IMAX 70 millimeter. But again, I was not blown away, man. I was not blown away, so I didn't put Oppenheimer on the list. Did he also do Shutter Island, or is that a different director? That's a different director.
I think that was a different guy.
If that's a good movie. So
still haven't seen that yet, though. Actually, it's been on my list for a very long time.
You haven't seen Shutter Island?
That's the one with Leo, right?
Leo and Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk.
Yep. I know exactly the movie you're talking about.
Do you know the twist?
Yeah, I see. That's why I haven't watched it. Is because I
God.
had it spoiled, so I was like I
Dude.
already know how it ends. You know.
So little quick proverb, or little quick story from my childhood. Back in like 2000, I don't know, 10, when we got our first like big flat screen TV. Back when they were like new and like super nice, we got rid of the box TV. The first movie we watched as a family together was Shutter Island. My dad put that on. It would like hurt my eyes, and I was like dumbfounded. I'm like, this is real. He's right there in our
Right.
living room. This is real. I was like
Right.
shocked. I'm like, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Like the fidelity on it was insane. So I remember that. I have that little story tied with it. But again, I watched it when it came out, so it was like, brother, it was the twist of a lifetime. And then
Right.
now
Right.
going to rewatch it, you're just like, picking apart. You know what I can do? I should probably watch it with my girlfriend, because she doesn't watch movies. She doesn't know movies. That'd be a good fucking movie to watch.
Dude, that's always the best when like I'm not gonna lie, your partner doesn't watch a lot of movies and you
Yeah,
have, this plethora of knowledge of movies, right? Like
exactly.
the absolute just library of movies that you could just blow her mind with.
Exactly. But you got to remember them too. It's like, oh, this movie. Oh,
Right,
you know?
exactly, yeah.
So,
It's hard not to geek out though when you're watching.
I know. It's super hard. I'd just be yapping the entire time. So in this scene, it's like, yeah, shut the fuck
Right.
up. All right. Quick death battle before we end. So just because I want to keep on the theme of the Odyssey, I'm going to do some Greek warriors for you. So we have Odysseus versus Perseus. Who do you think wins?
Perseus,
That's quick.
the demigod.
Perseus is a demigod. That was quick, though.
Hmm.
Any other reasoning?
Demigod.
That's it?
No. Yeah.
I don't know. I like to talk about this some more because, okay, Odysseus, right? He's like this great warrior. He's smart. He's aged. He's got experience. He has some
Right.
gods on his hands, not all, but he was able to survive all of the
Right.
gods, like basically trying to kill him. Like
Right.
Zeus and Poseidon, they wanted his ass dead. They didn't not want him to get home. It's the reason it took fucking 20 years, right? They
Right.
were
Right.
just trying to like get rid of him. They didn't want that guy to win, but he still won versus these
Right.
gods, which is insane, right? Obviously, he had help from Athena and a couple other goddesses, but so did Perseus. But with Odysseus, he's just such a hardened like leader. He
Right.
perseveres, he's super strong, and he's great with the bow, right? But you have Perseus, right? He killed
Yep.
Medusa.
Yep.
I think he guess he killed the Kraken. He has a couple other feats like I think
I think the Minotaur, right?
no, that's not
Oh, that's somebody else. That's Theseus.
Theseus,
Yeah,
I believe.
Theseus, something like that.
He kills the Minotaur, but I
It's
know
the Cyclops he has something to do with.
I know he kills a lot more supernatural things as
Right.
far as that stuff goes. So I mean, it's tough, but I probably also would give it to Perseus, just because he has faced like different demigods and also still a warrior and done all that stuff. But he doesn't have the experience as Odysseus. That's the only thing that I was
Right.
like, I don't know. I don't know. He's way more veteran, so
No, he is exactly. He is. What's it called? I feel like the only reason I'm giving it to Perseus is because he's the demigod, right? Like he's just like if they go blow for blow, Percy's winning. You know what I mean? Like he just has that extra strength.
yeah. But I think Odysseus might blast him. Arrow
Nah,
to the
man. As
skull.
much as much as but Arrow's not stopping him. Percy's, fought a lot worse than Arrows.
I know for sure, but it's tough. All right, now Achilles versus Perseus.
That one's tough. That one's tough.
Now he's quiet. Now
Um,
he's quiet.
I'm going Achilles.
Yeah. I Achilles. I have Achilles over Odysseus. So I think that's tough too. I think if
I also agree with that.
Perseus knew his trick, knew what was going on with the gods, had some help, then Perseus. But other than that, Achilles wins.
Right.
Every other time. He's the greatest warrior of all time. He can't be killed. Except for
Right. Like it's.
his
I
one
mean, yeah, if it
weakness.
gets hit in his knee heel, right?
His Achilles
Yeah.
heel, yeah. Literally in his Achilles tendon, so that's why it's named that.
Right. Do you think
Anyways,
it was real?
what?
Do you think it was real?
I don't know.
Achilles.
I don't know. I know that Troy was a real thing. Troy,
Right.
they actually just recently found Troy. They located it without all like the evidence that they have. It's actually in Turkey. So if you look it
Yep.
up, it's in Turkey. It's pretty cool. Same thing with they think they found Odysseus' palace. Some people say it's just like a shrine to him that they built, but other people say like, oh, this is like, this was the
All
palace.
real stuff. Right. Yeah.
Because like the tiles on the roof that they found of this place, well, it literally said like Odysseus' palace, and then other things said like for Odysseus and stuff like that. It's weird. So people are on both sides. But
I honestly, I could say I would believe it's real. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Achilles?
all the monsters. No. Yeah, I think they were real people.
Yeah. I don't think the fantasy stuff might not be real, but I definitely
No, of
think they're
course
real
not.
people. If he was like the
Because
greatest
I
warrior
mean,
of all time, checks out.
right. Because I mean, like, literally, just think about on a more minute scale, right? Think of like our founding fathers, like the stories of our presidents. Like they say, Abe Lincoln never lied. They say,
George Washington chopped down a cherry tree or whatever.
right, right. Like there are those little fantasies, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, though, when you go back that far,
Who's to
the
tell?
stories will be right, right. Who's to tell? Then the stories are going to be a lot more story esque, but at the same time, like how much can you believe? Because the Odyssey is scripture taken from that time,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So it's like how can we know if this
It's
is actually
tough though because Homer was like he wasn't around when all this stuff happened. So he's like
right?
he sees like the ruins and all this stuff from these stories and like what he knows about the land and he kind of like makes a lot of stuff up. So that's
Yep.
just what he hears and stuff like that, the tales. So it's not, it's really hard to say.
Right.
But anyways, that's been another episode of Screens and Scenes. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Take care.
Peace.